we are going to have to emancipate ourselves from mental slavery, because whilst others might free the body, none but ourselves can free the mind. Your mind is your only ruler. The man who is not able to develop and use his mind is bound to be the slave of the other man who uses his mind. As we pause to celebrate Emancipation Day, to reflect on its significance to our present reality, I greet you with the words of the forefather of Pan-Africanism, our very own, the Right Excellent Marcus Mosiah Garvey. Only a few days ago, I launched the National Education Transformation Commission out of an acute recognition that we must transform our systems, particularly our education system, to give ourselves the best chance of developing a growing economy and a thriving society in a new global order, driven by knowledge and technology. The pandemic has only served to hasten this new global order and heightens the need for us to undergo this critical transformation. You may be asking yourself, what does this have to do with emancipation? Here again, I invoke the words of Marcus Garvey, immortalized in song by Bob Marley. None but ourselves can free our minds. Full freedom will never be truly achieved unless we free our minds. And that, my fellow Jamaicans, is the link between emancipation and education. The greatest enslaver is ignorance. Freedom starts with the search for knowledge and its wise use. Education is a process by which we spread knowledge and eliminate ignorance. This is how we develop our minds. The man who is not able to develop and use his mind is bound to be the slave of the other man who uses his mind. If we are to be truly emancipated, we must develop our individual and collective minds. A key mandate of the Commission is to make recommendations for the transformation of the education sector to create truly liberated, empowered Jamaicans who model pro-social and pro-growth behavior, who are in charge of their emotions and at peace with themselves, others, and their environment. It cannot be lost on us in the current circumstances that our ancestors suffered the greatest indignities ever meted out to any set of human beings. It cannot be overstated that our ancestors, though enslaved, never lost their desire to be free, the desire to be agents in their own cause. Our ancestors fought back against the oppressive colonial forces in an effort to reclaim their dignity, not only for themselves, but for us, their children. Our history is littered with litanies of resistance and profiles in courage, some named and others nameless, who expressed their dissent forcefully and fearlessly to the colonial powers. We celebrate every aspect of the lives and sacrifices of our ancestors. Through them, we have emerged as resilient people, recognized globally for our unique brand and heritage. We are known for our reggae music as the global idiom of resistance against oppression, and a culture that, in the words of Garvey, continues to astonish the world. We must continue to see it as our bound duty to defend the integrity and reclaim the dignity of our ancestors through our actions in governance, justice, and the spread of knowledge in our society to develop our minds so that never again will we be subject to the thoughts and products of others. We must also ensure that the history of our struggle and the sacrifice of those who led it is accurately narrated. That is why we promulgated the National Heroes and Other Freedom Fighters Absolution from Criminal Liability in Respect of Specified Events Act 2018. We could not continue to have recorded in our annals that our ancestors, who gave their lives for our freedoms, are identified as criminals defined by the enslaver's unjust system of laws. Our history must recognize them as who they are: freedom fighters, heroes, and martyrs. Like all well-thinking individuals, we are concerned that systemic discrimination continues throughout the world. As a people emerging from enslavement, with a large diaspora, We have a strong moral obligation to stand against oppression and injustice anywhere it exists. We stand in solidarity with the growing global movement to awaken social consciousness to the structural and systemic issues which threaten to place us as a race of people at a disadvantage. Even as we cast a critical eye on happenings outside our jurisdiction, it is a blot on our own system of justice that, for example, a Jamaican man was allowed to spend 50 years in jail without trial. It is our responsibility to ensure that our systems and institutions work to the benefit of our people to address all forms of injustice. We owe it to our ancestors who suffered on our behalf. This requires our eternal vigilance. As we celebrate Emancipation 2020 under pandemic conditions, we must be mindful that freedom comes with responsibility. I urge all Jamaicans to continue to observe the infection prevention and control measures which have kept us safe so far. I understand that there can be great fatigue in adjusting our normal activities to this new normal, as well as the natural psychological need for social interaction. However, the threat still exists. And as we move about this emancipation period, I urge you to do so with great caution. And if you do not have to go out, stay at home. May God help us to use our hard-fought freedoms for the betterment of our people. Let us take forward with us as we confront current challenges, the resilience and determination we inherited from our ancestors, assured that as they attain the true freedom, we too will overcome every obstacle and attain sustainable prosperity and development of Jamaica, land we love. Take advantage of every opportunity. Where there is none, make it for yourself. Marcus Garvey.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and want to thank you so much for joining us this evening on the SYLBOURNE Show, and especially across the Atlantic. For a few weeks, I've been doing Cross the Atlantic, where I switch across to the States and I go across to different countries. But today, I'm landing in Jamaica, and as you can see behind me, as I said to my guest earlier, the surprise, you see, where am I? A Jamaican flag. I don't have my colors yet, but I got a flag. You got my flag there because I want to make sure that I'm in tune with the system and totally in tune, And I was doing a little review of Independence Day and what it is, and I just took a write up here, which I was looking, and I said let me just read a bit. Emancipation Day was reinstated as a public holiday by Prime Minister P.J. Patterson in Jamaica in 1998. After a 6-year campaign led by the late Professor Rex Nettleford. It was discontinued as a holiday when Jamaica gained independence from Britain in 1962. However, at that time, it was not an official national holiday. The holiday is more than just a welcome break from work when one can lounge around and relax in preparation for the Independence Day weekend for Jamaicans of African descent. The day is a very important day in their history as a people, as it represents the time when our forebears were freed from the shackles of chattel slavery. Emancipation Day is also celebrated in most other English-speaking Caribbean countries and also in the French-speaking countries of Martinique and Guadeloupe, the United States of America, Canada, and South Africa, and also recognize the day. And that is just a basic. The Prime Minister said a lot, but I've got a guest tonight, Jackie Campbell. And without further ado, I'm going to bring her in because she can actually set the stage for herself and sort of explain a bit more the work that she's doing within the Caribbean diaspora, because that plays a fundamental role that she deals with in regards to how she's actually doing some work in this period here of emancipation and independence. Jackie Knight, how are you doing?
Good afternoon, SYLBOURNE, and to all the listeners across your platform. Thank you very much for having me today. And
Awesome.
happy Emancipation Day.
Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you. In the UK, normally we have our church service over the years around this time. Unfortunately, because of COVID, everything has been virtual as well. So therefore,
Absolutely.
we had a lovely service, and I was trying my best to do some virtual gardening, but that didn't work. The
Didn't
virtual
work.
gardening didn't work. I had to actually go out there physically and do it myself. You know,
I can imagine.
you know.
It's the same thing here.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, Jackie, who I've known since God was a boy, or since God wore cocky clothes, as they say, years ago in Jamaica, and we've kept in touch over the years. And Jackie is someone involved in marketing and public relation, consultant, tourism, cultural and entertainment. She covers many different facets. But I'm going to just ask her to explain the work that she's doing and at this specific time, and for the purpose of why I invited her on the show.
Thank you very much,
Mhm.
SYLBOURNE. And I must say, we first met maybe 30 years ago when I came to London to participate in the Jamaica Expo. I continue to be very passionate about the tourism sector, the cultural and the entertainment industry. And I love working with
Yes.
our media landscape, and our various partners to spread the message to promote brand Jamaica in its wholesomeness. As you can see, I'm in my colors
Yes,
today.
yes, 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 yes. Well, you can see I got my flag, but I mean, people can't see it now. We have to bring it across or something like that.
Right, right.
Yeah,
Today's an official holiday in Jamaica, as you know,
yeah,
Emancipation Day, which is one of the newer holidays, I would say. I don't think we have still got the knack of it being a holiday,
yeah.
but because I just came from off the road and lots of places, lots of shops are open, I was quite surprised,
Yes,
especially today, Saturday. But certainly it is recognized, and now with the awareness being built around Black Lives Matter,
yes,
it's more important for us to teach, to bring a level of awareness of the importance of Emancipation Day in all of these activities. Um, I've been very close to working with the Ministry of Culture, Ministry of Tourism, several hotels in the entertainment sector, and most importantly, with the diaspora market on several legacy projects and initiatives over the last couple of years.
yes,
So one of the exciting one was Reggae Month this year with the diaspora market in Florida, where they promoted Black History Month, and
mm,
that was a collaboration. And so, right on the heels of that, it is very timely with several organizations like yourself in the diaspora, the media in the diaspora market, Jamaicans.com. Several of them have tuned in to what our minister, the Honorable Olivia Babsy Grange,
yes,
has now launched as part of our historic 58 celebrations. Um, I'm very excited about working with her and her team, Lenford Salmon, who is the special
yes,
advisor to the minister. He has an energy, and she has put together a project team in collaboration with the Jamaica Cultural Development Commission, which has the mandate for Jamaica's festival celebrations.
yes,
And maybe you have seen and heard it has been a repositioning this year for our celebrations. It's a unique time for us. It's
mm,
COVID, and we don't have a chance to go across the island into the parishes the way we would like to do it, but we are reaching out in a very unique way, in a very different way, and we're taking um, a not so good situation. As you know, with COVID, everybody's locked up and limited, and the entertainment sector can't go out in numbers. But uniquely, we're using our media partners, our various platforms as, as a marketing person. This is very powerful.
yes, yes, yes.
And it's this live streaming, the Facebook, the link up, the Zooms. This is part of what we're doing here today, right, SYLBOURNE?
Yeah, no, most definitely, and
We're
keeping us all linked up together, because even with the service today at the Jamaica High Commission, one of the things Miss Delores Cooper, the person who was emceeing, and she said actually it reached maybe more people than before, even though at the same
absolutely
time, even though it misses the essence of the connection of the physical
right.
touch.
And you can't lose out on the
Yeah,
personal connection. But the other side of it, and we have to look at the positives. And for marketing and public relations persons like myself, it's also a dream because we are called on in many ways to provide the support to spread the message. And when you may hit those in a room, you're now hitting millions,
Yes.
thousands across the platforms. And it's last year that I got an appreciation how valuable and how important the diaspora celebrates our independence in
Yeah.
their various markets. Each market, they have their various festival activities, church services, um, community activity. The Jamaicans abroad want to feel connected with their colors and vibes. So just to highlight Jamaica 58 this year,
Yes.
we started with the Passion of Minister Grange repositioning festival this year.
Okay.
And if you look at the calendar that I shared with you,
Yes.
it's very, very vibrant. It started out with the raising of the festival song competition,
Yes.
which is a rebranding of Jamaica Festival 2020. And
Run by
that
Buju.
yes, that was a very, very exciting time, Silbert. I must tell you, I had the privilege of working with the artists in providing all 10 top finalists. They're awesome. The music is great. I want everyone to log on to look at their music videos. It sells brand Jamaica. It's very,
Yeah.
very powerful. And we hope that it doesn't stop here because even the song, the winning song, I Am a Jamaican, it
Yes.
connects the pride factor. It connects the pride factor and the personality that we're talking about. I
Yeah.
am very privileged, that I see him as another Mandela.
Yeah.
He's still in Jamaica and he has a story, he has a rich story. And today being Emancipation Day, that's a man you can say who has liberated himself.
And
And
he
a lot of Jamaicans are going to feel proud of that.
and he's also a dreadlocks.
And his dreadlocks too, right?
And,
And
and
so,
I'm sure if his child go to school, they're not gonna kick him out and cut his dread. But anyway, we won't touch that today.
so that was the first event. And last week was the finals. As you heard, we announced the top, all the participants presented their show.
Yes.
Buju was the winner. Papa Michigan, another popular Jamaican, he
Yes.
was
Mickey
second.
and
And
Smiley. Yeah.
third place was one of our great Jamaican actress, Sakina.
Mm.
But all of them lost. Freddie McGregor, Toots. Let me make sure I cover all of them. So it
Yes.
was Toots, Toots and the Maytals, Extra Big,
Mm.
Papa Michigan, Nazelman with Jamaica Nice, and he's a double time winner. One People, Sugar, another Jamaican star from the Digital Rising Star. She was also great. Radix OD, he was awesome. Lust, the popular group Lust.
Yes.
They too entered the competition and they raised the bar with the Wave the Jamaica flag. So all of these songs can be on the platform from here until Freddie McGregor, he's our popular artist. And of course, Sakina, who came third. So we want everyone to embrace, continue to look on the Jamaica Cultural Development Commission website.
Mhm.
We have launched an app called the Jamaica Reggae app. We want everyone to log on to that, and you will see a history of Reggae Month activities,
Yes.
all the activities that took place. And now, as of tomorrow, which is August 2nd, we will be having the finals for live on CBM television for the gospel song competition.
Mm.
Okay, and you will go log on and you will see gospel is very big in Jamaica and it's
Yes.
connecting all over the world,
Yeah.
right? And certainly we have another top 10 finalists that has been doing a great production. We want everyone to vote. Put in your vote right up until 2 o'clock tomorrow. So we'll be live on CBM from 4 p.m. right up to in the afternoon. So it will be a great show that's lined up.
And how can people in the UK? I mean, they have to go on to CVM. I mean, how can people?
Okay, so if you go onto the Reggae Jamaica app as
Yes.
well as the JCDC website, you will see all the numbers to vote for the top 10 finalists. All right, that's extremely important. We want to encourage Jamaicans across the world and friends, not only Jamaicans, the Caribbean diaspora,
Yes.
those who are in tune to our culture, because everybody's a Jamaican now, even if
Yes.
you're not a Jamaican, or you're connected in some way or shape or form, or you have a sister, you have a friend, you have a cousin, you're married to Jamaican,
Yes. Yes.
log on.
I'm just typing this here, this app that you mentioned, just to get it
Yes,
right there for the purpose of people and for information. And what do you call it? Jamaica
Reg- Reggae Jamaica app.
Reggae Jamaica app. Okay, and people can tap into that and log on, as you say.
Yes. Did you see it?
Okay. Let me. I think something's.
You spelled reggae wrong right there.
Yeah. Well, is maybe was smoking some weed. Reggae Jamaica app. Okay, fantastic there.
You got it?
Yeah, Reggae Jamaica app. So people can be involved by tapping into the Reggae Jamaica app.
Right. And also the JCDC website for the gospel song finalists. And you can review all the videos that each of the artists have produced. And tomorrow night is the final showcase. It's going to be very exciting. We have a very big gospel market here.
Yes.
They've partnered certainly with a lot of the church communities. Several of the artists, and I can share with you, they have come from several parishes. So that is what is very exciting about the gospel competition. From Montego Bay, we have Oliver Ashley.
Yes.
We have from Clarendon, Sherry Gay Johnson.
Yes.
We have Knox Patrick from Euphoria. Floyd Smith from Manchester in Saint Elizabeth, Silo Saint Elizabeth.
Yes.
We have Father Reese. He's a 62-year-old man, and he's kicking up storm with his safe and song.
Ready to drop it.
He's from Redwood St. Catherine. We have Lamont O'Neill. He's he's a young guy, 29, from Gregory Park, St. Catherine. And I believe I may have called the top 10 Anthony Malcolm. He's from Jeffreytown, St. Mary. David Sutton. He's from Goshen, St. Elizabeth. So as you can see, we have a wide cross-section of the parish represented, which is very unique. So they're bringing out their supporters in terms of their church community, their communities, in home community, hometowns. And we want all the Jamaicans and friends across the world to log in tomorrow on CBM television, and various platforms will be carrying it as well.
Yes.
So as you see, we have shared the schedule with you regarding our 58th celebration. We also had the Emancipation Jubilee. Now, for those of you who really want to understand the history of emancipation.
That's August 6th, yeah?
Sorry, Emancipation, which is today.
Yes.
We had a special documentary, which was put together last night. We want to especially recognize the team, Lenford Salmon and his team, coordinating team, and the Jamaica Cultural Development Commission. They put together this production on the history of emancipation. So for all you history lovers, all your kids and your families that want to learn about the history and understand our Jamaican culture, and I'm going to encourage every single Jamaican to teach their children about the rich history of Jamaican culture. And it's a global culture about our Black pride. It's very important because there's a lot of talk now about Black Lives Matter.
I want to even stop you right there when you talk about understanding the culture and the history, because I've had a few guests of recent days, young people, and even with the whole advent of the Black Lives Matters, in the schools here, that is not taught. Unlike us in Jamaica, we are taught a lot of our Black history, but it is relegated to October in the UK, February in the USA, and most people have to dig and search. So what you're saying is so good, because what it can do is this can be used as a tool also for Black British children to understand that history, and I'm going to post that website there, which is jcdc.gov.jm, which is where people can go to as well, Jackie.
Yes.
Yes.
Go to the JCDC website and you will see the information on the emancipation and all of our activities. But the virtual, it came on last night. and you
Yes.
can see that the program itself that
Yes.
was streamed, as well as it's well documented, and it's good for your history. A lot of our students in the Caribbean, they have to do the CXE or the
Yes.
CAPE exam,
Yes.
and it is mandatory that our history is shared. And as you know, a lot of Jamaicans living in Britain, we know how that transfer came, and it's the Emancipation Day has a lot to do with that history.
Yes. Yes.
So the momentum is high at the moment, and to culminate the week, and I must highlight that our Honorable Minister, the Olivia Babsy Grange, will be on your program
Okay.
as a special guest.
Okay.
Yes, tomorrow,
Fantastic.
just before the finals of the gospel competition. So throughout the week, we have been having many of our artists, the gospel artists, the winners, the contestants. I've been, getting them to speak on various media platforms. And
Yes.
so today I'm setting the tone in terms of your program working with us right up to August 6th,
Yes.
where we will be including coming live from our spectacular showcase, which is going to culminate our Independence Day.
Can I just tell you this, Jackie, because you know everything about me leading up to my marriage and everything. And when I came
Yes.
to the UK, I came to the UK August the 2nd,
Oh, really?
1992. And I got married August the 4th, 2001. So it's always a big thing. Like tomorrow is it 28
It's
years?
your anniversary.
28, no, no, tomorrow is 28 years I've been in the UK. When I came off the plane, 1992. If you remember
Wow.
where I came, because
And I
you
met you when you're a little boy,
yeah,
before you even became an attorney and all these big things.
yeah,
Yes,
remember them days? I was skinny working at Highgate Foods in Candyman, halfway Tree Road. You remember those days?
I remember those
Yeah.
days when you almost married my sister. That took a little too long, right? Right.
Yeah, and also and I got married August the 4th,
Right.
2001. So therefore it's always that time. And I do remember one time I went to Jamaica and the police actually stopped me coming out of they said left or right. I never forget that here. I don't know if you know what left or right means.
Oh, you mean driving?
Yeah, and they stop you, left or right.
Oh, so you were driving on the other side of the road. Is that what it is?
You don't know the score, man. Anybody who knows
No.
this thing, well, left or right. You know,
Tell me, tell me.
how can I help you, left or right? You know. Anyway,
That one, you got me on that one.
that is when the police wanted a letter of something, man, to let you go.
Oh, yes, 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 yes. Oh boy, tell me.
Left or right, you know. So leading now up to the
August 6th.
August the 6th now, which is the key thing now. Yeah.
Right. All right. So what is happening in all the various diaspora markets? As you can see, several organizations, the missions, they are putting on Jamaican activities, cultural activities in the various towns. But here in Jamaica, we want everyone to log on. We will be live streaming on August 6th, coming from National Arena. It will be a virtual show, the Independence Spectacular Show, which is normally held in the National Stadium.
Mhm.
It's going to be virtual. It's a live production on Television Jamaica, PBC, and to all our platform partners like yourself will be
Yes.
logged on.
Yes.
It will start at 4 o'clock, and on Thursday, August 6th, with an Armed Force Day parade. At 4:30, there will be a national flag raising ceremony.
Mhm.
At 5 p.m. will be a cultural kaleidoscope,
Yes.
and we'll be featuring several top Jamaican artists, of course, Buju Banton, our festival song winner. The song winner for the gospel artist, Tequila, Beanie Man, Ken Booth, Marcia Griffiths, Lacadco, Dance Expression, Chris Martin, popular digital rising star,
Yes.
and of course, popular Orville Shaggy Burrell. He will be presented with the Jamaica Reggae Icon Award to Marcia Griffiths, Shaggy Burrell, and Ken Booth. And certainly there will be a lot more exciting artists that will be joining, as you can see on the flyer, as well as only from a production standpoint. Then the public is encouraged to join via our virtual media platforms and watch television.
So ladies and gentlemen, as you can hear, you can actually log on. Actually, I'm thinking about that music now, and I'm gonna have to play it later. Log on, you know, that reggae tune there, with the various tunes to it. But you can log on to jcdc.gov, JM.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
as you can see, it's scrolling across there. Tomorrow, I mean, right through up to August the 6th, where the big one is, and hopefully, Jackie, we're trying to work out something where we can do something live from here as well. We see how
Yes.
how the thing works out. But I think it is really
Right,
good.
because we want you to join in, and we'll link in some of our entertainers, some of the special guests that will be on site,
Yeah,
and all the various partners to be part of the. I've had several requests from the diaspora, so I know that our media partners will be fully entrenched with what is happening on Independence Day. People are looking forward to happenings. Unfortunately, we see the COVID numbers rising. A lot of people are at home. They're desperate to do something. So here's one of the things. The minister herself would highlight all that she's passionate about, the spirit of independence. Dress up in your colors on Thursday.
yes,
Dress up your homes. Dress up in whether it be bandana, whether it be Jamaica colors. Teach your children about the culture. Do some cuisine. Here's the tourism coming out in me. Um, Create some cuisine, put on a little Facebook party.
mm,
So we're encouraging everyone to do their little thing wherever you are, because from the Jamaica Cultural Development Commission, we're also promoting the spirit of independence, where you can either be a mall, you can be a mission, you can be in your media house, that you can have your colors and submit your photographs of the uniqueness of the decor that you have in your Jamaica colors. Put on your Jamaica color mask. Do your Jamaica color makeup.
yeah,
Get
yeah.
all excited. Get in the spirit. Play the music. Play all of the festival songs and the gospel songs. What a bam bam. Go to history. Go party with your family and friends.
You
That's
know,
what we're reaching out to everyone to do.
you know what I did today when I was doing my gardening and listening to the church service, and when they did the national anthem, I did it. I'm gonna post it sometime later. I posted myself standing attention and listening to the national anthem and singing. You know,
Yes.
that's what been done because it is one of the things at this time of the year, Jackie. There are lots of things that the UK do. They have these big celebration. They have the Jamaica Basic School Foundation thing with 20,000 people in the park. All of that is squashed, so people are not getting the activities that they're used to during the course of that time. And also, people are normally at this time flooding to Jamaica, UK, USA, Canada. There's a massive flood. People are saying it makes no sense that you're going to have to go on quarantine yourself for 14 days or so. So,
No man, quarantine on the beach. What are
oh,
you talking about?
yeah, yeah.
You could ask for a better quarantine.
Well, what can I say? Yeah. So I believe that people will be very using a creative style of
Yes,
celebrating. Marriage. My sister-in-law got married the other day. Everybody was, calibrating and convocation on Zoom.
yes, yes,
Interesting
yes.
there. So I think it's a new dimension. It's a new way of doing things. And you know what? What I believe is that once things settle down, we're going to benefit more because now everybody's exposed to the internet and everybody's going to be able to see things. So the physical and the virtual is going to work in hand, and therefore
That's true.
everybody's going to be so. Yeah,
I
there's
mean, we're raring to go to get back on the road. Believe me, in a fulsome way.
yeah,
But certainly, I think the combination will be a great thing for our young people. Get
yes,
the students involved. Get all the students involved. They're looking for something to do. Everybody is now a techie.
yeah. Even I'm a techie, my and of course the other aspect of it is whenever you get the chance to, or so you whisper into Sir Ed Bartlett ears, because I want to get him on to also talk about how Jamaica is raring to go amidst everything with COVID. Because I know Jamaica is just positioning itself.
Well, yes, he's also doing a fantastic job, and we have got off the mark pretty early. A lot of the hotels are booming at this time, and we just have Reggae Sun Fest actually virtual.
Yes, yes.
And certainly the hotels are doing their promotions. They're very active. We are promoting a lot also to the Jamaican market. Jamaicans here, where a lot of us are scared to travel right now
Yes.
because of what's happening. So it has given us a chance to get on the ground, go experience our very own resort. I mean, I was planning to go to Olympics this year, but certainly
Yeah.
we have a great country. We have
Mm.
a great country, and the pride, and think of the festival song, I am a Jamaican,
Yes.
anywhere you go in the world. I mean, that has just ignited a lot of people,
And,
across the world.
and then the budget factor came along with it, which really just propelled it at the same time.
That's right.
Bringing a well, ladies and gentlemen, you have heard Jacqueline Knight, and key person, marketing and public relation consultant that worked very closely with the Ministry of Tourism, Cultural and Entertainment, and been in the business for a long time. Actually, really bringing that PR element to it, and as you can see from our excitement, really excited about Jamaica, and we have got to be excited about Jamaica because a yard, no matter what, when anything going on in the UK or whatever, and them say, boy, I have to go back a yard.
That's right.
And a problem to go back to Ochi, and I mean, Ochi me come from.
I know that. Yes.
I'm Ochi.
That's right. That's right. So, I mean, listen, if you want to come home, just come home and celebrate. We
Yeah.
also have October. October, there's still going to be carnival. And then we have our Heroes celebration in October.
Yeah.
And Reggae Month. Start thinking about it, especially those from the UK. Reggae Month is February. We have a great program lined up. We will be rolling that out very, very soon, right after the celebrations here.
And are you guys planning alternative, virtual, physical, or you just
We
going
haven't started to think about that, but right now the reality is setting in that COVID is here for another year or two.
Yes,
That's
yes,
the reality.
yes. Well, Jackie, listen, I want to thank you so much. And ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the show, what I'll do is play out the minister, the opposition leader, Peter Phillips, giving the message as well to balance it, so I don't get criticized for saying I only played the prime minister. No, Jamaica.
And you will have the official message from the minister herself tomorrow.
Awesome.
And certainly, I'm very excited about working with her and the team.
Yes, I know, because she's on my friend list as well. I know the passion and the excitement that she has, and she put her full self into all of this thing for Jamaica. And
right.
And it's good, especially with the sports, because you've been involved also with the sports as well, Jackie.
Right.
As well. So that is really good. So any last word, Jackie, before we go? Anything that we missed out that you believe that you need to plug? Now is your moment.
Well, I just want to say one love to all Jamaicans. Continue to carry your Jamaica flag high. Be proud of who you are. Be a brand ambassador for Jamaica. Sell the music. Our music, and the minister will highlight that. So I leave something to her. But we are, the festival song competition has made it to the top 10 on the iTunes, all the downloads of the platform. So support it. Continue to support it. All the downloads, which is Amazon Music, Tidal, Deezer, and all of them. Just go onto our Reggae Jamaica app, and you will see all the information, because the more you purchase, our artists and our entertainment community will benefit from it. And we may make the Grammy Album of the Year. So that's the goal.
Well, why not? Why not just go for the juggler? Just go for the big time and stuff like that. Jamaica to the world. I mean, that wasn't just a one-off saying. It's a worldwide saying, and it's a forever saying, isn't it? Jamaica to the world, isn't it, Jackie?
Jamaica to the world, okay? And don't forget the big day, August 6th. Log on to all your favorite platforms, including SYLBOURNE Show.
Yes.
And you will watch with us Jamaica 58, and we'll be doing some commentary jointly with the Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport, and JCDC. We'll be live streaming. So please log on, and one love.
And also, just to let you know, as well as what is scrolling across the screen, to be involved with the app. I'm just reiterating that Jamaica app, Reggae Jamaica app. Download that right away, and www.jcdc.gov SYLBOURNE.jm. That is something I encourage persons in the diaspora to let your children and to see that program that talks about the whole essence of emancipation. Am I correct, Jackie? Is that correct?
That is correct. That
Yeah.
is correct.
Which is so very crucial at this time, because it is something that we speak a lot about in the UK as to how children or young people can actually know our history. And I believe it is time that our history is told from our perspective and not just from their perspective as much as possible. Jackie, I want you to stay on while I just play the minister and play out the minister's the opposition leader message. And for those, thank you so much for coming on. And remember, as usual, to follow me on YouTube. Email us at info@sylbourne.com, which is scrolling across there. Remember YouTube, SYLBOURNE TV, Twitter, SYLBOURNE TV. Jackie, there's only one SYLBOURNE, so I just do everything SYLBOURNE. You know?
SYLBOURNE
TV.
SYLBOURNE TV, Instagram, SYLBOURNE TV.
Everything. There's only one SYLBOURNE, one SYLBOURNE in the world.
That's right. That's right.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Good night, and listen out now for the message from the opposition leader, and we'll sign out. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Say, Jackie, you stay there. Jackie, 1 second.
My fellow Jamaicans, today I greet you in the spirit of freedom, even as we face some very serious challenges. As we struggle with the hardships that COVID-19 and economic challenges bring, let us remember that the conditions our ancestors faced were much worse. Yet, they confronted the slave masters and triumphed with sheer will and determination. They won the freedoms and rights we celebrate today. So, as we celebrate the 182nd anniversary of the end of the blight on humanity that slavery was, let us reflect on the freedom we enjoy. Let us never forget that the preservation and expansion of our freedom remains our most prized possession. Our first national hero, the Right Excellent Marcus Mosiah Garvey, warned us that freedom from bondage is just the first step. We must continue the journey to emancipate ourselves from mental slavery and to break those chains of economic and social inequality that persist. For too many, those chains of inequality still limit their opportunity to achieve a better life. Since emancipation, education has been the most important vehicle of progress and personal upliftment. That is why so many of our parents and grandparents sacrifice to give their children an education and a chance to succeed in life. We believe that if Jamaica is to achieve success, and if our people are to realize their full potential as human beings, we need a first-rate education system. Such a system would prepare our children to achieve global standards. It would drive the economic growth that we seek as a country and enable all our people to earn higher incomes, pursue more fulfilling occupations, and achieve their dreams and aspirations. Full freedom also requires emancipation from the shackles of economic hardships. For over a century after emancipation, former slaves were kept tied to the estates as laborers, earning starvation wages. The search for land, freedom, and a better life was what led to the Morant Bay Rebellion. Sadly, that search continues today. Access to land and ownership of property remains an unattainable dream for too many of our people. Our small farmers have no secure rights to the land on which they work. Every day, the more than 700,000 Jamaicans in urban areas without titles or basic amenities who are insultingly called squatters worry about their security of tenure. 20 years into this new century, too many of our people are still trying to catch up in a system which has been fixed for generations against them. That is why so many Jamaicans say a sort thing set. They feel they will never have a chance, while some get so much, they get nothing. It is now time for all Jamaicans to get a piece of the pie, to get a chance to better themselves and improve the lives of their children. To keep so many of our people poor is to dishonor the struggles of our ancestors. We must stop that right now and bring about the radical changes that will give real opportunities to the majority of our people. Things now have to set so. Although the labor rebellion of 1938 gave us voting rights, gave us the right to organize political parties, and set the stage for our independence, Jamaica still has a far way to go. We must build an inclusive modern economy which offers real opportunities to all our people to achieve a good quality of life for themselves and their families. We must recommit ourselves to the mission to transform the lives of our people that our ancestors started. We would honor the legacy of our ancestors if we transform the lives of the 700,000 Jamaicans described as squatters into landowners with titles. We would honor the legacy of our ancestors by giving thousands and thousands of small farmers titles to the land on which they work. The land and home ownership program to which we are committed would give over 1 million Jamaicans peace of mind and security of ownership. It would provide the foundation for stable family life, without which the country will never overcome the social divisions and the violence and crime that those divisions drive. We would honor the legacy of our ancestors with a transformed education system that provides real opportunity for the 50% of students that struggle in life because of a substandard education. An improved education system, coupled with a sustained effort at land and home ownership, will provide the platform for a different kind of economic structure. It will incorporate the thousands upon thousands of small businesses and the already established enterprises to drive growth and development. This is central if we are to create the expanded opportunities which all of us seek for ourselves and our families. Small businesses and micro enterprises will have to be nurtured by programs that offer training, access to credit, and they must be supported by the most up-to-date technologies to drive a modern digital economy. In building that digital economy, we must guarantee internet in every home, in every school, and in every community. So, as we celebrate this Emancipation Day and pay tribute to the efforts and successes of the generations before, let us chart a course for the future and recommit ourselves to the mission that they started. We must free our minds from the chains of mental bondage and establish the structures that will guarantee progress and success for every Jamaican. In so doing, we would establish Jamaica as a first-class country with a first-rate education system, where everyone is a stakeholder and where equal justice and personal security are guaranteed, and where people respect each other, where the government is honest and trustworthy, and where citizens in their communities live in harmony with each other. We can and we must create a Jamaica that works for all. My fellow Jamaicans, I wish for you a happy, safe and reflective Emancipation Day. May God continue to bless you and your family, and bless our country, Jamaica, land we love.